about the conversation.
Okay, hopefully we're on. So we'll give it a few seconds. It should be.
I'm pretty sure mine's going to echo because as soon as it comes on, I got to figure out how to mute this thing.
I got it.
Yeah, always got to refresh. Yeah, we're on.
Man, I see Derrick, Keith, and Keith.
Well, I know there's a few that said they were watching, or at least they're in the background watching. But we'll give it a few minutes for some people to come on before we introduce our guests, which hopefully everybody should know by now. I think a lot of the people are all in the same circles, same reseller circles. Yeah,
pretty much.
We kind of all see each other. I was telling Danny earlier, I found you through Michelle, and then I watched one of y'all's lives one night, and you had Chuck and Reseller and Mary Ellen on there.
Yeah.
So I found them two by watching y'all's show, and have kind of gone just full circle with it now. And we were talking the other day because we just started having guests, so we figured like, well, who do we want to have on? And we kind of put a short list together, and well, let's reach out and see who responds first. And you were the first one to respond, so
no, I don't know. I'm one. If I'm cool with the person, and like the vibe is right, then I have no problem joining anybody, regardless of whatever type of show it is. You know, as long as it ain't nothing crazy, then I'm down to join.
The whole reason like we started this show, and it hadn't been as regular as we wanted it, just because I've been so busy with my son finishing up high school, and now we're getting him ready for college. But it was just a reseller's goals show. Like we just kind of discuss, what our plans are for the week. Did we meet last week's goals? Listing goals, however you want to be. Oh, now Danny's back again. So that's how we kind of started it out, and then we figured once we got comfortable enough, we'll start bringing guests in. And the first thing we said to each other, like when we mentioned your name, was like, "Man, I like that guy. He tells it like it is." Like, hell yeah, I like him too. I mean, that's the one thing I like about him. I mean, he just no BS, kind of cuts right through to it. And then, I mean, you're always entertaining with the haul videos and everything too. So
yeah, a lot of people aren't into that, and I truly don't care. But it's just. That's how it is. I say 70% of the whole community they like the soft, fluffy stuff, and that's just not me. I'm just not that guy.
Yeah. It's like if I watched your video and you did something I just like, whoa, that's way wrong. Like I'll put a thumbs down, and I'll say, hey man, I thumbs down your video. I man up to that. I can't stand it when people do it because it's like if it's something that I could help you learn or vice versa. Yeah. You let that known. Like, and I always say comment, like, if there's an issue, and it's like there's 2 dislikes, like, what do you not like about it? That's what I don't like. At least you got to be straightforward with that, or else you're just never going to grow yourself personally, in my opinion.
That self-growth is everything, regardless on putting out content. I think if you can't look at your videos and watch yourself, your growth over time or from your videos, then you should probably stop making them.
Yeah, I feel that way sometimes. Just like I'm just overwhelmed, and I told John about the shop blues, and I said, I guess I'm done on YouTube for a while. And he goes, oh no, you put videos up. I swear, it's like everybody. I get more views when they think you're going to fail.
Yeah, of course.
It's like, really, and then now I'm doing better, and I made a good video like, hey, we're doing this. I get 10 dislikes, and I'm like, man, these people. But you know what? Hey, they watched my video, so that's all that matters. I just want to help everybody. I've always been that guy.
Yeah, they watch it enough to dislike it, so they must have got deep into it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right on.
What's up, Derrick? I see Derrick out there. I appreciate you, brother.
ATL Flipper.
ATL Flipper. Man, I'm gonna have to check, see if I'm subscribed to him.
I'm actually gonna be out in Atlanta. I'm going to Dante's event in October, but I have family in Atlanta, which is a couple hours away drive. So I'm gonna fly into Atlanta on that Monday and hang out with family day, and then probably drive up there for the event on Wednesday.
Are you going alone to the event?
Yeah, I'm going alone.
Whoa, man, I need a ride. I want to go with somebody. I'll fly into Atlanta, and then we can hook up.
Hey, whatever you want to do, man, I got you.
I would like to go, but it's just with my back. I'm not even supposed to travel 20 miles. Just going to Cincinnati, which was an hour away, man. It just, of course, they're like lose weight, and it's like, well, you think I'm sitting there eating at Denny's all the time?
Right.
But yeah, I would really like to go. Dante's a really cool guy. You met him in person too, haven't you?
Yeah. We met.
Didn't y'all go to Vegas or something at one point?
Nah, it wasn't. It was supposed something like. Nah, I'm not even gonna say it was anything like Vegas. It was it was like a bootleg Reno. We went up to Winnemucca, California, and that was Eric's great idea.
I used to drive over the road. I've been through Sacramento many times. We used to stop in Reno and Sacramento because I was doing air freight.
Yeah,
and we'd also get down towards Vegas, and then outside of Vegas, was it Pahrump, Pahrump,
mm-hmm.
like right on the state line.
Yeah,
that's kind of like your little. That's what when you said podunk or knock off Reno, that's what made me think of that right away. Sounds like Pahrump, Nevada,
it was terrible.
California, whatever side of the state line it was on.
It was pretty terrible. But we made the best of it. That's
sure.
Totally what
Anytime
we
you meet up, sure. That was one thing I was gonna ask just during the course of this. We're starting to get a few people in here now. How much have you traveled to source, not just meet other resellers, but do you travel much outside of your Sacramento area to source?
I'm spoiled with the
Eco Thrift.
I'm spoiled with. We have so many places out here to source that I legit I'm spoiled all year long. I truly don't have to leave Sacramento, and if I did, I mean there's just vast amounts of opportunities out this way. So I really don't venture outside of Sacramento too much unless I'm going to visit family, and then of course you stop into a place here and there.
Yeah,
it's always fun to find a different place, even when you're packed like I am. But I love going to a different place, and and it's like, man, I've really learned probably this last year that, like, I say my guy, and it's like, I went above and beyond to make that happen. And like, hey man, you got this for 20, man, it's worth 100. Here, I'm gonna give you 30. And it was like we built out. I mean, it took about 6 months, but now it's like I get to go see the back thing. Now my whole living room over here is full. I'm in the doghouse. But I just feel like you have to give it when you can, because you never know that new COVID that's coming might shut us all down again. Or you just never know.
Yeah.
You never know when the stuff's going to stop.
That's
don't last forever.
I've been so in depth with. I've been doing auctions and online arbitrage for years and years, and when COVID happened, it really didn't affect me too much. I still have boxes and boxes of inventory that sitting in a storage unit that I'm kind of working through right now. So I've always prepared for the worst.
No, that's when everything originally shut down. That's kind of what got me through. And I know, Danny, you had just a tremendous supply and still do. I didn't plan on having a bunch of inventory to list, but I did. It got me through, the first 3 months until you could kind of start going out with your mask, to a thrift store or some garage sales that people would have in the springtime right after all that crap hit.
Yeah.
But that was another question I was going to ask you. You kind of touched on that. You've been reselling for quite a while. I know you've been on YouTube for just a little over a year. I think you just hit 1,000 also.
Yeah, a little over a year. So
you've been reselling for quite a while now then.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations again. Buddy.
Yeah, congrats on 1,000.
I appreciate that. And like, I think everyone knows that that wasn't even, it's not even my goal. My goal was to just actually make videos. And I tell, I'm a huge proponent of telling people not to subscribe to me, because I don't want people to subscribe just because they're being told to come my way. I just, if you look at it and you like it, then go ahead and subscribe. If not, I'm okay with that as well.
Yeah.
Me too. Because I hate when you come in the morning, it's like, man, I lost 3 subscribers. Like, what the heck? It's like if there's stuff that's wrong, you're never going to better yourself if you don't have people, especially like straight shooter. Like, if I message you and say, hey, man, can you check this out? Tell me what's wrong. I know you're going to tell me exactly what's wrong with it.
Oh, yeah.
Some of them are like, oh, I love it. Do it. And it's like, man, I have a bad feeling. It's not the right way. And then NC Picker Flipper came and he showed me a lot of stuff, and I'm like, and it only took him 10 minutes. It's like, I'm not a technology, guy, and so it was awesome that he did that for me. And he didn't have to. He's a big guy, 16,000 plus subscribers. But it's awesome how our community just seems to do that. I mean, now I'm not gonna lie. There are some people that once they hit their 1,000, they think they're somebody better than everybody else. But that's a different story. And as you well know, you hit $1,000, you still ain't making no money. So it's not like anything to get any.
Well, you guys know I feel very strongly about that, and I speak about it quite often on just the whole number thing. The number is what it is. If anyone should look at the number, it should be the person, that channel, and that number should be there for monetary value in a sense of, obviously the more subs you have, the more true, I'm not going to say subs, the more true supporters of your channel that you have, the more money you make, and that's really what it should be there for. The problem is, in essence, a lot of people look at that number and it goes to here, and it really doesn't mean anything. It truly doesn't, because it doesn't change you as a person inside. And now you're just a crappy person with a lot of subscribers, and that's dangerous. That's dangerous at a certain point.
I've unsubbed to some of those people when I first started out, probably 3 years ago with the whole Amazon and eBay thing. I kind of focused more on Amazon in the beginning, watching a couple of big Amazon sellers. I was going to be the next Amazon millionaire like they were. But, you find out pretty quick that that's all a pipe dream, and it depends on what you're putting in the pipe to smoke.
Right.
So, once I kind of got into a rhythm, and I say about 2 years ago, I just decided to focus on eBay alone. Plus, I do some Facebook Marketplace and stuff. I got into the YouTube thing. I didn't like it at first, got out of it. Pandemic hit. Gave it a couple of months, got back into it again last October. So I'm coming up on a year for my second go round. And I don't have any illusions of grandeur. I'm not out there to be the next 10,000, 100,000, 250,000 sub guy. I got 200 something subs. I've had 200 something subs for I don't know how long now. I'm not as consistent as I want to be putting something out, but at the same time, I have a full-time job. This is part-time for me. So this is fun. And I like watching guys like you, Derrick. I like watching Danny, John, Cincinnati Picker. Like I said, I found you through Regina Michelle. I like watching her. That's got to be one of the best Southern voices in the whole South. But yeah, she's easy to listen to, and she's got some good content too. And she pops up on other people's lives that I'm sub to as well. So it's once you kind of learn the community and you learn that it's, who the fake people are and who the real people are after a while.
Yeah, I'm a huge proponent of like you said, the support piece of it. I may not comment on videos all the time, but I promise you I'm watching. I promise you that one of those thumbs up are mine, and I'm always making sure. I know when I'm here in the garage, I go through my subscribers, and I literally go list for list, and I just let the video play as I'm working. I may not be watching, but it's definitely playing in the background. I swear I go through every single one that has a new video that's popped up on my screen, and I let it play. Out.
Give them the hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do the same.
That's I did a video or something. You said you really like something. I'm like, oh man, I can't believe he subscribed. And you were smaller in count, but I always was watching your videos. I'm like, he's probably stuck up or whatever. And then it's like, and then we started interacting. It's like, oh man, so that's why I said, man, we got to get together and do it live.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. It's I'm not subscribed to many of the people who have a lot of sub counts. It's just not my cup of tea. Not saying anything bad. Like I think the only one I was really subscribed to at a certain point was John, Cincinnati Picker. I was subscribed to him. I think him out of all the larger subscriber count content providers in this niche, I think he's more relatable than most of them. And I haven't watched his videos in a long time now, but if there was anyone that I followed, it was him. And I think a lot of people are a little they call it if we say anything about this one guy, we got to make sure we vet him. Well, guess what? My content is not vettable. All right. So I will never want a shout out. I've never wanted my channel to be a channel that gets shout outs. It's just not my thing, man. Everything I want to earn it. So all the subs that I've gotten, it's been through just putting out content that people like, and me supporting them supporting me, and that's really it.
Yeah, John come and said, make a video, and I was just doing it for my son. And when he came, I was just straight like, dude, I don't know nothing about this. And he was like, just keep doing it. It'll be good. You know, he said, don't lie. Don't come on, try and be somebody, because they will figure that out. And I was like, well, I wouldn't do that anyway. But Parker just took such a liking to him right away.
Yeah.
And then he keeps saying in his, when he used to do his What Solds, he kept saying our name. Well, I'd get backlash. Everybody would like send me messages like, why are you giving stuff? And it's like, man, you don't even know. It's like I go buy and spend $200 on a whole bunch of stuff, and I show John, he buys what he wants, and I get the 200. So I'm getting free items. It's like, right. I think that's part of reselling, and a lot of people don't like it. So I asked, like, hey, you don't have to say our names, you know, like, don't say our names every time you pick. Oh, I got this from Pick Resell. I got this from Pick. You can miss that if you want. Because I always get grief, like my dad, my uncle, and my cousin, they sell, and they'll say, yeah, well, you didn't sell it to me. And it's like, hey, John's done my kids right, and you know, their birthdays and stuff, he'll message out and talk to them and stuff. You know, who does that? You know, and he is such a good guy, and his wife is as well and stuff. So I mean, I support him all I can, but I'm also behind on his videos. I like his What Sold videos, and he stopped doing it. I'm like, I don't care for the garage sale videos. I'm just not into that.
So I like both.
Everybody wants to see it. And it's like,
yeah.
So now I'm out trying to do garage sale videos. Do you record all the time when you go out?
No. I honestly very rarely record when I'm out. I don't carry. When I go to garage sales, I normally have my GoPro strapped to my chest, you know, and I go out that way. But I'm more into vlogging, man. I've just really dove into the vlogging world, and so I'm constantly videotaping on my phone, and it's not like full scenes. It's just like a piece here, a piece there. So that's probably what people are gonna start seeing a lot more on my channel, is just vlogs, and then with some random reselling stuff mixed in, because, you know, obviously if you're out, you're gonna be sourcing for something. It's mandatory.
So you're a full-time reseller, right?
Yeah.
I thought so. We were talking. I'm like, shoot, I can't remember if you ever said part. Like I feel like I'm part-time right now, trying to get to.
But Danny, you have so many different side hustles of reselling.
I know,
you are a full-time reseller. You're just maybe not full-time eBay, but you're still kind of a full-time reseller. That's
what sucks too, is because like a lot of times I forget the video, or somebody just knocks at the shop and it's like, oh, I got this. Oh heck, but the recorder GoPro be at home, and it's like, what are they wanting us to have the GoPro to prove what we're doing? Because it's like, I don't have nothing to prove to anybody. You know, if I tell you I paid this, I have no reason to lie, and I might say, you know, don't tell my wife I actually paid this. I told her this. You know, I'll do that. I'm not. I just hate it's like, man, do we have to videotape every freaking thing? Like, people think you're lying. That bothered me at first, but now it's like, no, I get it. It's they want to come along and enjoy that so they can learn. So just like that, I was
like he said, I like more so, you know, I don't care about the wet solds. Yeah, really, I could care less about that. I like seeing people out in the open and watching their process as they're picking up stuff and what they're looking for, watching their flow. I like people to talk through their videos, because you can really get into their head as to what they're looking at. I'm a huge proponent of that, and just uncut people that are uncut. Like, I don't want you to edit the video and make it perfect like that. That's boring to me. I want to see somebody cuss every now and then. I want to see somebody stutter. Yeah, like that. That's the stuff that I like to see.
Yeah, because when I started watching John and Lonnie, those first two, and I was doing it upstairs before it just hurt my back too bad, and I'm like, they're making this just too easy. And I was like, if I do it, I'm gonna be straight like I'm telling you, I'm cussing up a storm trying to do that shipping. Go grab the tape gun, it don't stick, and it gets. And they're just like not just saying that, but a lot of people, they just show it and it's like, man, I want to show me cussing. I mean, that's me, because if you saw me in public and I'm talking, there's going to be a cuss word maybe, and I don't want somebody to be like, oh, he's there on this video all nice and polite and don't cuss, and then now all he does is cuss. He's filthy.
I'm still at the point where I probably do edit a little too much. Although the last couple of videos I put out, it was all in one take, so I didn't have any outtakes. But I'll put them on the end as bloopers or anything anyway. But I spent a little bit of time back in the late 90s in radio, just part-time nights and weekends. So that has always kind of stayed with me, where you have to have that presentable voice and presentable presence to talk people through your process, but I understand the whole other aspect of it too. And that's the older I get, of course, I'm like, I don't really give a damn anymore. So the older I get, it's like, okay, I'm just going to let everybody see it raw. I mean, I've got so many subscribers so far. I'm not going up and down. I'm not trying to get 1,000 people watching me, but and I'm still trying to get to that point though, where I can put that camera on and go to garage sales, thrift stores, all that. I'm still kind of that guy that likes to stand back in the corner and not really say much. And
it's
how
so
much money for this?
Because you don't realize, like, I forget that it's on a lot of times, unless it beeps. Because let me tell you about these stupid GoPros. These GoPros like to just cut off on you, just randomly. Yeah. You don't know why. You think you're recording, then you get home, then realize you ain't recorded nothing. And it's just so I'm always listening for the beep and looking down. Like, if you see a lot of people messing with their GoPro, I bet you that they're looking at it to make sure that it's recording.
Well, I have 9, and like after like 30 seconds, it shuts off. So I always hit it so I can, like when I'm doing it here, I always put my hand, like, I bet everybody knows exactly what I'm doing. Just so I can see what I'm doing. Make sure I'm still in the, in the picture. But
I'm probably gonna have to wait till like the fall, when the temperatures start getting cooler here, because I mean, I'm a big guy as it is, and if I got to put a backpack on or a strap or something across my chest, I'm already sweating. And I'm not going to sit there with a camera just sweating through my shirt trying to record footage so I can put out a video. So I'll probably wait till the fall when it gets a little cooler and we start getting a few more regular garage sales and attempt my camera on site.
Give it a go, man. That's what I say. Just give it a go. It's going to take you a couple times to just get used to it, and then I promise you're just not even going to realize that it's there. Like, I literally forget until someone says something. Oh, is that a camera? Oh, yeah. I got GoPro.
Yeah, I got kicked out of the mall. There's a place locally, and man, I just got into it with them, and then I just got out, left, deleted it, and John's like, "Oh my God, you screwed up. That would probably been your one to go viral." He's like, "Everybody loves to see that." And I'm like, "I don't want to." I was like,
"Throw down at the mall."
I was so uncomfortable with it, with the whole GoPro then. So now I'm like, I actually started a fight at a garage sale, and I went with my cousin. And the only garage sale I didn't take the daggone GoPro in was that one. And I started this huge fight, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this would have been the one to die for. And I was just doing joking. And then I think the owner thought I was serious. Like, when I'm like, everything was a quarter, and she put some cookie jars up there. She looked mean, all hateful. And she's like, get a box. I was like, don't tell people to get a box. Where do you come from? And then, because I had dealt with her, and then she looked at me, she's like, oh, you quit being ornery over there. And I said, next you're going to ask them to wrap it. And then she's like, yeah, give me some bubble wrap. And he gives her quarter, and he's like, now get your ass off my property. And then she's like, you know where you can shove it? And then he's like, it looks like somebody already did. And then she's like, I'm telling my friends. And he goes, tell all 2 of them. I'll give them. And I'm like, and my cousin's like, where's your GoPro? I was like, man, I wouldn't have wanted to put that. Here I started fighting with these people. It was
those are the best ones. Those are the best ones, I'll tell you. Like those random. I haven't got one yet. Like, I'm waiting for that time where I have it on and I can catch it. Best believe I'm posting that one. I promise you.
Yeah, I should. I'm like, dang it. I was about to say, I told my cousin, I said, I should have asked them if they'd stop and pause, let me go get my camera and start it over.
Right.
Yeah.
But then the funny thing was, when I had that garage sale, she showed up.
Oh, really?
And I was like, damn, I should have my recorder just to mess with her, because she'd you get all angry real quick, and it's just hilarious to me. Yeah, I had a GoPro one, and this bodybuilder guy comes out and he's like, "Get that fucking camera, blah blah blah," and I was like looking around like, so I turned my head and I said, "Mother," and then I was like, "Parker, we got a good video and stuff," because I punked this guy down with. I got about 2 seconds worth of fight in me anymore anyway, which I didn't want to fight. But just like I'm not the person that can like be called out like that and not stand up to myself.
Right.
And it was just like you said, it had beeped and went off, and we missed like 3 garage sales that we got good stuff because it wasn't on. Or it gets so damn hot, you're burning your shirt.
Yeah. That's the other piece with the camera. If it gets too hot, it just cuts off. Well, that's why I can't. I won't do it. Like I'm so I get really agitated. So, I'll first 2-3 I'll hit in the morning, and then after that point, I just rip the camera off and then just going about my business.
Well, I always go when we pull up, like, okay, it don't look like nothing, and I ain't kidding you. Probably 8 out of 10 times, I'm like, okay, it's gonna be junk, and I leave it in the car. And I get my best deals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like if my wife, she likes getting clothes and stuff. So I'm like, God, it's going to take an hour. I'm not going to videotape her looking through these beautiful clothes. And so I just leave it in the car. We go up there and it's like, whoa, you got a whole thing of Funko Pops, $5 for all of it. And it's like, of course. Then I take my GoPro and it'll be like 2 salt and pepper shakers on the table, some glass, it's
old
like,
clothes.
Yeah, some magazines.
It's aggravating. Like when you play it, you're like, all right, we're going up here. You're doing as you're walking up there, you're kind of, letting everybody know exactly what you're doing, what you're thinking, and this, that, and then you go up there and like, sorry, junk. And then the next one, you do the same thing. God, it's like at the end of the day, you went to 13 garage sales and you have like 50 seconds of something that you bought that was any of it was decent. Or the camera's too far down and it's looking right at your crotch. Like,
right.
Who wants to watch 12 minutes of my, So it's like, but it's a process. We just got to learn it. I personally, like when I do these personal picks, that's when I'm really all about like, hey, I want you guys to see how I hustle it. And it's always about getting, me personally, when I do it, I'm trying to get into their head like, okay, this guy's stuck up. He's really hard to get any interaction with, but these guys are lean back. They're all wanting to hang out, and it's like, oh, what I mean? Like, I don't know if that's works for you guys, but it's like, I always try to get into their head to see if there's going to be wiggle room. Because, if I know I'm going to pay $300, but yeah, I'm seeing this guy, like when he told me about the watches, he did say, but I'm negotiable. Well, you just opened that door for me to come run right through and see if I can't get it for.
Well, I think
that's to me. That's the thrill for me is how cheap I can get it.
I think the point a lot of things that people miss. Then I think I'm going to start videotaping it a little bit more. Is just the different strategies. Like there's literally strategies and that you take when you go to these yard sales. Not so much estate sales because estate sales are what they are. But yard sales and garage sales, there's different ways to go about it. I'm more of if people they're already, I'm more of the spectator. I like to see kind of how they're reacting with the people, and then that kind of tells me what kind of a strategy I can go at picking stuff up. And then if there's nobody there, and I'm one of the first one there, and there's no prices or anything, I think a lot of people make that mistake of asking how much for this instead of saying, would you take $2 for this, or coming right out with what you're willing to pay for it. A lot of times that they're willing to take it. If you come at them with a price, a lot of times they're like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, I'll take that. But when you ask them how much it is, it gives them a second to think about it, and they always come in with some type of dumb price that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Well, see, I actually like to know where they're thinking because, like you say, I mean, me personally be more like, okay, I'm hoping I can get this for $10 or less, and I know it'll sell for 35, 40. So it's like, if I say, hey, you take 10, then I'm at my max as it is, profit wise. So then if they come back like, well, hell, if he offered 10, this is how I figure. When they say, hey, you take 10, well, I think I can get a couple more dollars out of them. So I taught Parker that in our garage sale, like, hey, you let them offer. If they offer you 10, tell them you're thinking more like 15. So he's doing that, and it's like, look, we would have sold it for $2. But when they throw you that offer, they're not always, they're not never firm. And I told him, I said, now if you say they say 10, you say how about 15? They're like, no. And then be like, well, do you want to meet in the middle? And then always, you know, very rarely you get one of them sticklers, but that's why I let them, like, how much you want? And they say 10, and I'd be like, yeah, would you just do 8? You know what I mean? That's how I go at it. And it's that way I think you are actually, you're letting them decide, and then you know where to pick from it. Like, okay, I would pay 10, but you know, if I can save $2, then that'll help pay the fee, eBay fees, if you get what I mean. Maybe I'm, but that's how I do it. And man, I'm not saying I always get good, because I don't like take my phone and stuff to scan, because once they know you're a reseller, you're not getting any special nothing.
Well, that's when it's busy, you know, like Derrick said, if you walk up and there's a few people there, then you can kind of grab a couple items, go stand off in a corner somewhere, or pretend you're looking at the clothes while you're looking up the phone, looking up somebody. But it, like you said, if you walk up and you're the only one there, if there's enough stuff there that looks interesting and there's no prices, I'll see if I can't grab 2 or 3 things, and then like, hey, would you take $5 for all of this?
Yeah.
Without them having a price on it yet.
Yeah.
But yeah,
and that's what I always do too.
You just kind of got to feel out the situation, you know.
If I go, like, let's just say I'm looking for Gucci pants, I don't even know if there's such thing, but and I see a whole table full, and I'll just say, hey, and if they have their prices, like, hey, the more I buy, you know, you willing to make a deal? And they say, yeah, and it's like, man, there's 20 pairs. Then it's like, hey, then that's what I'll offer. I'll be like, hey, you just take half price, and I'll buy them all. You know, throw it out there like that. So it's not really, it's never going to be a yes or no, because it's not something that like you have to have. But if you get your great deal, like I say, it really, every garage sale and every pick or whatever is different. But that's kind of a few things I do. I never go in there arrogant. I went with a guy once, and my God, he was like looking like, yeah. And I'm just like, man, he's going to screw this up. And then it was like, what do you want? And he come up with some crazy price anyway. It was like $200, and he's like, well, I give you 15. And I'm just like, I'm gonna go to the truck. I was like, hey, I'm gonna sit in the truck, man. He's like, why? And I said, I'm not feeling good. And then afterwards, I was like, don't you ever bring me to another thing you do. Like, that's so embarrassing. He's like, why? I was like, man, you didn't even try to, like, you know, buddy up, not buddy kiss his butt or nothing, but just kind of feeling if he's a good guy, if he's in sports, you know, you get talking about stuff. That's when they start relaxing and you feel comfortable, and it's not like,
it is.
Oh, I gotta have this, and then, you know, you stuck up right back, and it's like, dude, you're in their house, you know, like that. You have to show respect. You have to, you know, even if you don't care for the guy, or you know him, you don't like him, but you're not there because of him. You're there because of what you want, what he's got. And then, you know, like, even like if he did me wrong, I'll just be like, hey man, you watch the Reds game? Oh yeah, blah blah blah. Well, now that's coming down, and then when I leave, it's kind of like, you know, it's just like, deal with it, brother. But that's me.
Thing with yard sales and garage sales, you always got to remember that they don't want to pack that stuff up again. They do not want to put it back in the garage. It took them a lot of time. They probably didn't want to do it anyway. The husband was probably forced to put all the stuff outside anyway. He doesn't want to pack that back up. I promise you. So if you just have a little tact, a little common sense, a little respect, and give decent offers, they'll take it. The last thing they want to do is put that stuff back up. I promise you.
Yeah, I've happened on some pretty good deals at 11 a.m., 12 noon, 1, 2 p.m. If they're still out there selling, you know, and you can tell they're kind of wrapping it up, and they don't have a whole lot of foot traffic, I'll walk in, and I mean, if they've got something worthwhile, just make some lowball offer. Like you said, they don't want to put that stuff back up. There's
something else. I mean, you guys might already know this, but I just learned this. It was either this year or last year. What kind of got stuck in my head was you always watch, like if you watch part-time pick or whatever, you know, be first, and everybody's all about being first. If you go on, and they have it on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, if you go on Saturday, like 10, 11, like, you know, they're getting ready to close. A lot of times from Thursday and Friday, they sell so much, they bring more stuff out. Mm-hmm. And I bought this guy, he had like Dr. Pepper, Coke, all these signs from the 40s and 50s. And I'm like, I didn't realize that that was a good thing to do because I'm like, you didn't sell, what's wrong with them? Are they reproductive? He's like, no. He said, we sold so much and we didn't have nothing else to put out. So he said that, and I got to thinking, like, like if a guy says, oh, I went down Park Avenue, man, it was a great sale. And it's like, crap, I missed it. And it's like, you know what? I'm going to go anyway. And it's like, yeah, we just put that out there. And like, I've found video games, system, all that, it's like the more they make, the more they want to throw out to keep making that money. Like, think people are coming back. And usually a lot of people won't come back to a garage sale. But I've been to a garage sale, like they had a lot of stuff I thought was overpriced. And I'd say, hey, what time are you closing on Saturday? And then they tell you, and you say, hey, if I come over right when it's over, would you make a deal if I bought in bulk or something? And then they're like, yeah. And you go, and it's like, if you come up to $100, they're like $20. I don't want to pack it up. I don't want it. We're just going to donate it.
Yeah.
So you have to do, you got to like, especially if it's a garage sale stuff, you really think it's nice or good that you could flip, but the just being stuck on their price, like if they just not really want to work good enough, and you just say, hey, at the end of your sale, because they're tired, they don't want, just kind of like what you're saying, they don't want to take it.
Mm-hmm. That's a good thing about watching. That's why I watch a lot of the smaller channels. They're more intense when they're outsourcing. I think they have much more of a purpose when they're out there sourcing. They don't really care about making sure that they have good content when they're putting their videos out. They're literally out there with their cell phone, with their Motorola cell phone with a camera that barely works, but they're out there grinding and hustling. And those are the videos I like seeing.
Talking themselves through the process.
Yeah. A lot of people look at the larger channels and like they created yard selling, like they created these different routines and these different items to pick up. No, sir. I guarantee these are things that they picked out from watching these smaller channels, and they just so happen to have the eyes that watches their channels, and people are like, oh my God, you can buy old pencils and make money?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Cincinnati Picker. Did y'all hear what he said? No, guess what? Juan made that video 8 years ago talking about buying vintage pencils. So no, it's not. No one is creating anything new. I promise you. It's just all about who you watch. It's all about who you watch and what time you watch. And I guarantee that same item that they're talking about that they feel like they just created a whole market of has been talked about 8 years ago by little Junior, who was out there with his Motorola camera on some of his first videos.
Yeah, what goes around comes around. I mean, it's just a different way of skinning a cat. It's just everybody's got their own opinion, their own way of doing things.
Yeah,
you kind of gravitate towards the people you like to watch. If there's bigger channels or smaller channels, I still learn from them all, because unless they're in my neighborhood, unless they're 2 houses down from me, going to the same sales that I'm going to, and even if it is, they're not going to know what I'm looking for. I don't know what they're looking for. And everybody's going to find something different. Everybody's going to find their pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. I didn't set out looking for denim jeans, but somehow I fall into hell in a pile of denim jeans, and I picked them up, and then they're selling. So I kind of gloss over them when I do a what sold video. But I've had some requests where people, hey, what brands are you looking for? What brands are you finding? Well, it's the same brands that I saw somebody else pick up somewhere else, or I researched it while I was there. So yeah, it is what it is. But everybody's going to kind of, like I said, gravitate towards the people you like to watch, whether it's their personality, their style, their products that they're finding and sourcing and reselling. There's enough room for all of us out there, because somebody's going to find who they like and who they don't like. And I've gone through that whole process. I've turned over my subscription several times to where there's some people I don't watch anymore, or if there was some that I dropped in the beginning, I'll go back and watch them. Like, okay, well, hey, now I see their process.
Right.
So now I kind of give a little more attention to them and see if I can't pick up something from them.
Yeah, well, that's like me. Like, if all three of us really like hats, but if I knew everything and you guys were kind of learning, I'm in Ohio, you're in Texas, you're in California. We're not stepping on anybody's foot, but it's more knowledge to everybody. And then same way, like, Keith come up and like, hey, I found this hat, these things here, and it's like, oh, I didn't know that. So it's like, it's just a revolving helping. And I can't buy everything. nobody can buy everything. So
that's like
my dad asked me that.
when we had our meetup, we had a little hangout meetup up in the LA area, me and a handful of resellers, and we all went to the same garage sales. We all went to the same estate sales, and we all bought something. It's just because we all look at things differently, man. It was so fun just to see how people attacked the different places, just to watch people. That's so fun to me, watching the mechanics on how people work, and just watching their flow on how they go through a house, how they go through a garage sale, their way of negotiating. That's the entertaining part to me. I love that, and the more people I can watch that I can actually tolerate their personality, the better it is for me, because I can just pick up little pieces here and there from them as I'm out, and I'm like, hey, you know what, I saw so and so pick this up before. You know what, let me get that. Oh, I remember them asking this question about to see how it worked. And those are the little things that stick to you as you're going along.
Yep.
That's like me at garage sales. Like, I'm really against using your phone. Now, there is different things. Like, there's a big item, nobody's there, you can take your time because you're not in a hurry. But we went to a garage sale, and this guy was sitting here looking up. This whole table was DeWalt battery chargers for the cordless drills and stuff. And he had $5 a piece. This guy's over here scanning it. I said, hey, man, if I buy all those, you take 3 a piece. He said, sure, and I'm doing it. And the guy looks, he goes, man, I said, hey, that's why you don't research your shit while you're standing here, because somebody like me that's seasoned and older, I'm taking it off. And then I said, man, I'll get $30 to $50 for each of these. They're all brand new. And he's like, well, I couldn't find the exact same one. And I'm like, man, when you see all them, you just grab them. They're, he's already cheap, but I was like, it's going to sit for me for a while. So, I figured I'd offer. And if he would have said, no, I'm sticking at 5, I would still said, okay.
Hey, what's up, Dante?
Hey, Dante, appreciate you stopping in, man.
Yeah, I'm a proponent. I'm a proponent, just like it was saying, if there's a bunch of people at the garage sale and you can kind of go hide off in the corner and there's something you're not really sure about, look it up. But look, if they're asking $2 for it,
right,
man, if you don't buy that damn thing, you ain't got to sit right there and look that up. Just go on and pick that up. $2 is not going to break the bank. Go on and pick that up. Gary, pretty sure. Just make sure it works. That doesn't work. Yeah, okay, cool. You're going to be okay. You're going to make money from that. You don't have to sit right there.
I'll do less of that at a garage sale, but like if I'm at a thrift store or or even at an estate sale, because estate sales are so just random. You never know. Yeah. I mean, they all have that Christmas room and all that, and I always just avoid that because I don't really care about Christmas stuff. But I'll go to the rooms that are just full of whatever, and I'll they have hand baskets at most of the ones I go to, so I'll grab 5, 6, 7, 8 things and put them in my basket, and then walk over to the side. I'm not going to sit there, block a whole damn table, so other people can't get to it, because the whole purpose of these estate sales is so they can get rid of the stuff for the people. So I'm not going to sit there and block it that somebody else can't come in and get it. But if I see some things I'm interested in or that I've seen before, I'm going to pick them up, go off into the corner, research it. If I like them, fine. If I don't, I'll go set them right back.
What's up, Ella and Katie? Good to see y'all. Yeah, it's estate sales are different. I like estate sales because, and I put this for everyone. If you're going to go to estate sales, and go to them every week for at least 3 or 4 weeks. The reason why I'm saying that is you're going to see who's running the estate sales. They're going to see your face. You're going to see their face. You're going to build a rapport with them. Make sure you build a rapport with the people that do the estate sales. I promise you it pays off, because you'll get on their mailing list, or you'll get their phone number. I got plenty of estate sales people phone numbers, and they hit me up randomly and be like, hey, I know you like to buy XYZ. We're having a estate sale on this day if you want to come out. And then they even tell me, we're not the first day, we're not going to be able to do too much for you. But if you come in and you buy a lot, we'll do something for you. And I'm like, oh, absolutely. I'm there. And even if because there's times I block out money, right? And if I spent my allotted money that I put for the month, then I know that I'm not going to buy anything else. That's just me. Even if I have it, I'm not going to buy it, because that's what a budget is there for. Now, me knowing I only have $5 to spend, I would still go to that estate sale because they called me, because they told me it was going to be an estate sale, and I'm just going to show up, just to show up, and I'm going to act like I'm not interested in anything. The reason why is because they put me on. If they put me on, I got to go show support now, and I'm going to go show support, and I walk out. But the worst thing you can do is not go in and talk to the person that's running the estate sale. You got to talk to them.
True, it's not true.
Yeah, I go to pretty much the same company. They kind of do a little bit better job than a couple of the other companies around. But yeah, I've got to notice or got to know a couple of them. And then sometimes if they have multiple on a weekend, they'll be like the wife will be at one estate sale, the husband will be running the other one, and she'll tell me, "Hey, by the way, I know you got some golf clubs last time. Well, Scott's got golf clubs at his estate sale, so be sure you hit that before you spend all your money today." And I thank them, and it's good to know. And I brought my son along to a couple of those. They know him more than they know me, just because he's big young kid, and he's out there pulling stuff with all these old people trying to, fight his way and get some stuff in his hand so he can go buy and resell. Or, I'll resell it for him. But yeah, they've gotten to know us just whenever I have him with me as well.
Man, I started a new hustle, man. I got other things that I do as well, but no, I just started a new hustle, and I'm not going to put it out there yet, but I'm going to start making videos on that in a few weeks. I added into the regular flow, but I'm excited about it, man. It's just, I'm going to have my son involved in this one, my little son involved in this. It's something we can do together, and just to teach him, you got to teach them. They don't teach kids nowadays about the value of a dollar. How to appreciate money that you go out there and gain. I want my kids to know how hard it is to make a dollar, and when you do get that, how much more you appreciate the things that you buy with that money that you worked hard for. So I got him. I'm going to have him involved in this little hustle that I'm doing. And here being in California, it takes a while because you got to make everything legal. You can't even have a side hustle out here without it being legal in California, because they be trying to swoop up on you real fast. So I got to make sure it's legal, make sure I get all the licenses that I need. And then, a couple of weeks, I should be up and going with that. And I got some videos coming out on that.
Looking forward to it. Yeah. And like you were saying, just to know the value of a dollar and whether you're just a reseller or this, that, or the other. My whole thing too has been telling my kids is not to just settle for just one income stream. You can have your 9 to 5, you can have your night shift, third shift, whatever you're working, whatever job it is you do for your full-time living, that's fine. But have your hand in another basket somewhere.
Yeah.
Do something like this on eBay, or if you just think of anything else that you get. If you make something, if you make stuff to resell, if you can cook, like I noticed you've started to put some cooking stuff in with your videos. I've done a little bit, but not a whole lot. If I ever do that, I'd do a whole separate channel. But yeah, just find something that you're passionate about if it's not your regular full-time job. Yeah. And find a way to turn that into an income stream as well.
Mm-hmm. There's so many opportunities. Hey, what's up, Dixon? Dixon coming in here, and Regina, my sis. What's up, sis? Thank you for coming.
I am being a horrible host. I'm sorry I haven't been able to. I've been trying to highlight everybody's comments.
Flipping nostalgia. What's up, Charles? How you doing,
Welcome
Charles?
Everybody in.
Dixon's Pickens. I'll become kind of getting closer and closer to him. He's a pretty cool guy.
Yeah, he's gonna be on our show in a couple of weeks. We're gonna get him on there.
That's cool. Yeah, and then so hopefully I can meet him one of these days. That's me. I honestly tell my wife, like, I'm just so overwhelmed, depressed, and it's like, man, I would just like to take road trips. I hate traveling. I don't like it. Like, my back feels good. But it's like, I want to see my buddy Keith. He's in Texas. I love to come to California to see you. Dixon Pickens in Missouri, which I was born in St. Louis. So it's like, I'd love to go there and just stay there a whole week just to be there. But, kind of like what Dante was doing, going from place to place and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like, how do you impose on that? Like, hey, can I come to your place?
All right, you you build up those those hotel points real fast. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what my problem is when I travel? Number one, when we stayed in Winnemucca, we stayed in it wasn't a hood hotel. It was decent. We hardly spent much time in there. But normally when I travel, I'm real bougie. Yeah, I may not look like it, but I may not act like it. But when it comes to traveling, I like to travel comfortable. So
Yep.
I like to stay in nice hotels. I like to, when I fly, I like to fly, upgraded seats. That's just me. That's just how I am. So I want to travel at least a couple states out and do just a few little things here and there. But the way my budget is set up, I don't think I would be able to do it.
Trying to get the next county out.
Right. I think I'm gonna go next city out instead of next.
That's like growing up as kids, we traveled quite a bit because we had family in Louisiana and South Texas, North Texas, Oklahoma, and I'm not knocking it. I had a great childhood, but we stayed at Motel 6. We stayed at Howard Johnson's or whatever. And now that I'm older, I can still appreciate that, and there's times when you got to maybe go for a budget motel or hotel or whatever. But like the trips that we take now is usually just a weekend, go see my family somewhere or her family. And we'll grab a Hilton or a Marriott or a Sheraton, something with a little comfort to it that doesn't make a whole lot of noise. And you're not going to have to worry about bugs and whatever else.
What's up, Ella? What's up, Girl Hustle? How y'all doing?
I want to buy a brand new truck and get a trailer and just go and blow all the money I've saved up and come back to. Don't even tell my wife. Just go, come back, and then see how happy she is. No.
I won't last long.
Right.
She'd probably be more pissed off that I took off driving all around the world and knowing that I shouldn't physically be doing it. But it's like, well, I got to break in the truck. I'm debating get a new truck, get like a van that I could kind of use for this kind of reselling, or like a bread truck, get a used bread truck, and then get a new Honda because I do love Honda. I love my Honda, and somebody's come out and basically tore my car up. Or get a Tesla. Of course, my son wants me to get a Tesla, but I always wanted a 2010 Camaro, and that was my whole reason for even starting YouTube or eBay. I mean, and because they want me to file for disability, but there's not enough money to live off of. So I thought, if I bought a new Camaro, I don't think I could get in and out of it. I still would like to have one. So now it's like, what car do I want and think it could be for my life? Because I've never bought a brand new anything. I don't think I can afford a brand new truck because I saw a 2015 and heck, they want $30,000 for it. So I was like,
used cars are nuts right now.
Yeah, I had a car, but when I decided, when I said I was going to go full time, I knew I had to have a way to haul things. I didn't want to keep renting cars or anything like that. So I went ahead and sold my car and got a truck, and it's been my best investment. My best investment so far. Thank you so much, Tina. I appreciate that. And Tina, don't be shocked. Don't be shocked if you see me on the channel cussing. I cuss on my channel. I'm sorry.
I told Tina too earlier on the message that she was having some issues. She's just now starting to list on eBay. I told her to reach out to any one of us if she's got any questions.
Absolutely.
My email is usually in the listing, and then I got my Instagram link on there and everything. She's always been in the chats and different videos that we've done or lives that we've done, and even other lives. So she's kind of taking that plunge and heading into eBay to try to compete with all the rest of us now. So I told her to reach out and ask some questions if she's ever got any.
I mean,
what's your favorite thing to flip or sell that you like to put on eBay or flip wherever?
Yeah, I'm a toys person. I love toys. I'm a huge toy stickler.
You need to come and see me then. I got thousands and thousands. I just can't get into it. Now, if there was Turtles and He-Man, I'll play with them. I still enjoy that. But, man, I'm looking at this thing like, what the heck? And then somebody's like, oh, this come from Moana. And I'm like, what the hell's that? I just don't have little kids anymore to But it's like you look it up, I'm like, good Lord, that thing bringing $25 for a little figure.
Yeah.
So it's like if I go to garage sale, I see a bunch of them. I'm sure as hell grabbing them, but that's the bad part of YouTube too. When you watch, like, I can watch Keith and he sells pots and pans. I'm like, man, that looks easy. So next thing I'm piling up, but I have no interest to list them. You know, same way with electronics, toys. You know, it's like, man, everybody's making money. Someone bought. I see it out there. I'll try to like, oh, you want 80? I'll give you 80, but you throw these toys in because I don't know enough, but I know people sell them.
Right.
So that's how I got way too much stuff.
So my thing is, I know for a fact, I hate clothing. I don't like clothing, and the only way I pick up clothing is if I bought it in a big lot with some other hard goods. I'm a hard good person. I will legit walk straight past all the clothes and all the thrift stores. No matter where I go, I'll walk straight past the clothes. I don't care. There could be millions of dollars sitting there. Guess what? Somebody else can get that. I'm going to go find the millions in the back of the store where the hard goods are. I don't want no part of that.
That's exactly how I am. And that's what John said. I said, man, I don't know why, but I know this, you know, this Revealware stuff sells and this and this and this. And he said, Danny, I learned this when I first started. Don't get into it if you have no excitement, because you'll end up having a death pile. Most people's death pile ain't even close to yours, but
dreading it.
Yeah. And that's why I'm the same way. I'll walk right past clothes because I know. But I do like jerseys and ball cap sporting stuff. I've always been into that personally. And it's like, that's hard to do sometimes when you go garage selling. Like, you know, I love Michael Jordan. I love the Bulls. That's where I grew up. So it's like I go to a garage sale and buying all that stuff, but then I come home and like, damn, I didn't really do so good because I'm keeping the Jordan Bulls and the Bulls stuff. No, I don't really have nothing. So that's kind of hard too, because you really have to, if you're doing it full time and really trying to make a living, I feel like sometimes you really should have to pass on personal likes.
Well, I think everyone says get outside your comfort zone, and that's absolutely right. You should. But just like you said, if it's something you have no passion for at all, I'm talking about I don't like the word death pile. I'm talking about your inventory stack that you have. 95% of it is stuff that you just aren't passionate for, and it's something you picked up because you got it for a good deal, and it's probably going to continue sitting there because you don't want to post it. You don't. It's not your passion. It really isn't. And I learned that a long time ago, and I stopped doing it. I don't care. I don't care what people say. Oh, there's so much money, and okay, that's cool. You can go get it then.
Yep.
I'm not.
It's an ongoing process with me every week. You know, every week that I can get out at source at least. And that's usually on Saturdays, unless I find something in my neighborhood during the week. But I try to get more picky, more particular. I don't know how many pairs of shoes that I bought that didn't really think about. Oh, geez, I got to spend 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes cleaning this old pair of Converse I should just left there. But I got them for $2 and they sell for $20. But I got to put $20 worth of work into it just to get them clean. I'm kind of every week I've kind of eliminate. Like Danny, I messaged him at one point. I came across this. It was a reseller that was getting out of the business, and she had tons of everything. The majority of it though was video game stuff. I'll still buy video games.
Oh yes.
But game systems I've gotten burned on. Like I bought, I don't know, 5 or 6. And I'd say out of those 5 or 6, 3 of them have either been returns, refunds, whatever. So I was like, screw it. I'm not doing this anymore. I'll buy the video games because I know I can resell them. And yeah, maybe somebody will say it's scratched, this, that, or the other. If I've got pictures to prove that it wasn't, then it's my word against theirs. But as far as the systems, it's just not, even VCRs and stuff like that. I don't want to put the $5 or $10 or $15 into it, even though they're selling for 40, 50, 60. Because I know that somehow, some way that's going to come back as a return. Hey, man, it spit the tape out. It doesn't work. You know, the AV cords don't work. The plug's not working.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just try to stick with the low return factor stuff.
How you doing?
Well, what I've learned too is when I buy like games and stuff, systems, I'm telling, and they say it works. And I said, look, it's not that I don't trust you, but I don't trust you, and it's not your fault, but you know, I've been done wrong. So I have to buy it at the price of it don't work. So that's usually $30 for a system. So I'm not gonna pay $30, but I mean that because of that. I can't stand being scammed. It really irks the crap out of me. So that's why I just totally got out of the video games completely. But now, since I'm out of it, if I run into like an NCAA 14, like I kind of know some things to look for. And, I don't mind selling one here or there. And then with my son, I'm trying to involve him. So he's been listed in like VHS and cassette tapes and DVD, CDs for low money, but it's for him to practice and not go list his Jordans that don't fit him for $400 and then mess it up. So starting low, he's listing pretty good though.
Yeah, I can't do shoes either. I'm not a used shoes person. I'll buy new shoes all day long, and get those up.
Yeah,
and
clean.
Yeah, cleaning shoes, absolutely not. I can't do it.
Like I honestly, I'll list. I just sold a KitchenAid mixer. I had two of them. One I got out of house clean out, was filthy. I took some cleaner. I started sweating like a pig. I was like, you know what? I listed it and I said in the description, I got this out of house clean out stuff. I cleaned it up, but it really needs a good cleaning. I don't know how, and I don't want to take a chance to mess it up. Drop the price $10. Boom, it sold. And then I had one that's perfectly clean for an extra $10, and here it sits. It's like, really, people? I'm like, good. I don't want to clean it. So I'm lazy on that. Like, if I get Jordan, I don't know if I would mess something up, and I know, like, most people are buying the Jordans or whatever, would be picky. So I only have one pair that two pairs only that I tried. One I bought that were like a dark purple, like the Jazz. Man, I just thought it was badass shoes for my son. Of course, he wearing purple. So I put them on, nothing. And then I got a pair of used ones, and I'm like, I'm not even cleaning these. I'm selling them as is. And I'm like lower. And now my wife, she'll sit there all day long and freaking clean shoes. And I'm like, how can you just? I have ADHD, so it's like I'm just going nuts watching her. I'm like, you gotta have to do that in another room because I'm about to go off on you because this is wasting time. You're wasting hours. I don't see the profits. And then when she sells it, she's like, really? And I'm like, okay, you got it. I was like, it was my ADHD messing me up.
I'm a huge per hour person. I love calculating things per hour.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't hit my per hour status, I'm not picking it up. I won't pick it up. VCRs, those. I mean, I've been, knock on wood, I've been lucky with those dual VHS and DVD players. Now, I don't test those things. I throw a blank cassette tape in there to see if it eats it up. I have a couple sitting back here, and if it doesn't eat it up, guess what? Working condition.
That's what works.
Well, that's the same way with car radios. That's
yes.
A couple of people have told me that, like, hey, you just put that to work in because 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 times they always work. And most time, like me, I got the same exact radio, came out of a Tahoe, and they had like 6 or 7 of them. I haven't listed them yet. I don't even know where they are anymore. But that's what I was going to do. And she said they work, so that's what I'm putting there. Like, hey, I didn't personally test these, but the guy said he pulled them out of the car because he scraps cars, but they all worked. If you get her, you have to return it. But I paid like $20-25 for all 5, 6 however many I got. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah. That's a risk you take, right? I mean, you know. And like I have a whole box. I have a whole box up there that I just did of you can see it back there in the corner right there. That's a whole box of car stereos. And I just did a whole box of them. Got it from my homie. He was on my show. His name is Adam, young kid. But he picks up a lot of stuff, and every now and then he'll have some stuff, and he'll hit me up. He'll like, yo, D, I picked this up from some garage sales, man, if you want to swing by. And then I go by, I pay him a little bit, and I get it. But I just posted those, and guess what? They're all in working condition.
Awesome.
I didn't test none of them, but they're all in working condition.
That's funny. Yeah, that's how
they're not, though. Like when the numbers are worn off of them or the connection is a little bent in the back, I'll throw those away. I won't even take the risk on that.
Yeah, if it's missing knobs or beat to heck, I don't either. But that's okay when you know it. But the thing that bothers me is when you know the good well, like I had this sewing machine and it worked, they get it as soon as they get it. But she had asked about one piece, like I think it was the pedal. As soon as she gets it, wants to return it, and then I get it back with no pedal. And it's like, so I messaged her. I said, hey, I'm not trying to be an ass, but all you had to do was tell me he's going to steal from me. I would just send you the damn pedal. Now you're wasting all this time.
Right.
It's like, gee, that's the things that bothers me. It's like recently I got, I sent a K-Cup, which is a little filter for an instant coffee pot.
Right.
Well, I just bought light bulbs for my garage, and the box was big and firm, so I stuck it inside there and then wrapped it. I get a return saying I sent the wrong item, and she shows 2 pictures of the box. So I messaged her. I say, I'm not trying to be rude, but this lady had 6,789 feedback. So I said, look, ma'am, I'm not trying to be rude. You're playing me like a fiddle here. Open the damn box and enjoy your K-Cup and drop this bogus thing. Of course, I never heard nothing. What's eBay do? Gives them their money back, and it's like,
of course,
that part drives me nuts. Like, seriously, you don't open a box. And now every time I'm like, I ship something in a shoebox, I'm thinking, that's like them just getting this and saying, hey, I sent them a pair of Jordans. And the light bulbs were $20, and the K-Cup was like $9.89 with shipping. I mean, it was so cheap. And it's just, that bothers me more than like we say, putting them radios on, hey, they work, and then, hey, this don't work. Okay, here's your money back. I know that was coming back, but it's just when it's dumb stuff of like, dang well there was no issue, no nothing. That's what irks me.
Hey, real quick, let me ask y'all a question. Since I hadn't done a live in a while, I accidentally put Ella in timeout. How do I get her back out?
It should be like a timeout.
Yeah,
okay.
She should come back in a minute. Yeah.
All right.
Sorry,
I was trying to
Ella.
add moderators. I hadn't been giving people wrenches, so I was doing that while y'all were talking, and I accidentally hit timeout when I got to her name.
Ella was talking reckless. You went on timeout, my friend.
Oh, I put it up there. I apologize.
Nah, she should come. Yeah, 300 seconds. She'll be back in a second.
Okay. Sorry, Ella.
She'll be back.
Yeah, she was probably talking reckless anyway. She deserved it.
No,
Hey,
she was just saying hi to everybody.
Shout out to Derrick ATL Flipper. I saw Jeff. Jeff just said he passed 1,000 subscribers, man. Hey, that's what happens.
Awesome.
That's what happens when Derrick is he's more shout out friendly. You know what I'm saying? Like he has a personality to be shout out friendly, and when you get that shout out without asking for it, that's what happens. So congratulations, brother. You deserve it, my friend.
Yeah.
You deserve it.
Yeah, if anybody wants to put in the comments their eBay.
Yeah, your YouTube link. That's why I'm trying to make everybody a moderator right now. Give everybody a wrench so they can put their links in.
I'm so far back. Like, I just watched a few things, and it's like, you really don't put that much content out. You just seem to do more lives, don't you, Derrick?
No, I put. I
mean, you do put it out, just not like.
Yeah, no, I don't. No, I may put 2 videos out a week. Most of the time is one and one live. That's kind of how I've done it ever since I've been on YouTube. And I feel like when I start putting more out, I feel pressured, and I don't like the videos I'm putting out. So I refuse to be pressured into dropping a video.
There's something that I never thought about, which you guys may not have either. But when Dave NC Flipper, which I got a shirt from him, he schedules his videos. So like this week, if we went to 5 sales, and he would edit all the videos like on whatever, and then schedule them out. I like that. So I've been using my Sunday, and then like just posting out just schedule them out, and then even though I'm still recording, it's where it just makes it feel like I don't have to mess with YouTube because it's done for the week. And then on Sunday, do them all. Have you ever tried that?
No, I'm a mindset person. Like, I have to be in the right mood to even attempt to do a video. Like, I don't have certain days I put videos out. It just really is based off my mood.
I see. That's me. I don't have that exact, like, I was always wanting to put one on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and like maybe every other weekend do one. But man, then like you say, you're pressured, and then like I feel like shit if I don't get it out on Tuesday. And then it's like, okay, now we got live. So now it's like, now I got it Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, every other Saturday. And then when my wife quits, a lot of people do that Poshmark Macari. I don't. So I was like, well, why don't you make a video? Now it's like, I dang, we're having a video every freaking day before it's in. And then I don't want to be that way.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about taking like about 5 or 6 weeks off YouTube, but I'm going to schedule enough videos this way I can really take focus on my health. And I suffer with depression, and it's really, really hard right now. So I really just want to like take 5 weeks and sit out in the shop and just see how much I can clear. Because I walk out there, I'll walk right back in the house like, God damn, that's a lot of shit in the baby.
that may help you. I mean, clear your clutter, clear your mind.
Right. I'll walk away from YouTube in a minute. I have no problem. No problem with that. And I think that's what happens is people get too big too fast, and they feel trapped. Now they feel trapped into, now I have to do a video. Now this is what they expect from me. And it becomes more like a job than what it should be. And until you're pulling in money,
right, big
like
money.
it's a job, then right, of course you should treat it like a job at that point. But if you're 5, 6, 7,000 subscribers, you're not really pulling in money like it's a job. It may be substantial as far as paying a bill, but you don't want it to not be fun anymore. Like the moment it stops being fun to me, I will put out my goodbye video and y'all won't see me anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I like feel, but I really like it. And I like to say, like, you guys, I love your channels, love you guys as people. And that's what really keeps me going. And I do enjoy making the videos now. I used to not, but now it's like, hey, I gotta make a video of this and stuff. Yeah. But I just haven't figured out like a certain day or time, which kind of like you, like I'll just put it out whenever I feel like it. But it's like if I can just get caught up, I don't really want to necessarily come out and say, hey, because to me, I feel like I'm showing weakness. But it's like, I'm going through this back pains and then
absolutely not.
And it's like I feel like I'm getting to the point I might have to go to rehab. There's just a lot going on in life, and it's like, I want to step away from YouTube, but I enjoy it. So that's why I'm like, man, I need to just schedule out 5, 6 weeks, and then like I won't comment on the videos, and I'll just probably stay completely off, except for I'll watch you guys' videos and stuff. Like it, say hi, and then just work on the shop, just work on my business, just try to get shit straight, and then hopefully when them videos stop, I'll be like, okay, guys, I took the time away because whatever, and then I'm back. Hopefully nobody's upset that I didn't comment, whatever.
I think we put more pressure on ourselves. No one gives a damn if we put in comments in their thing. Like if they're true supporters of your channel, they don't care. All they care about is your health and ensuring that you're right mentally. That we put the pressure on ourselves to say, oh my God, I need to go like this video. I need to go comment on this video. Now, if you really think about it, the people's comments you put videos on in the chats, like if you look at their comments, they may only get 15 comments anyway. Right. A lot of people don't comment back to their comments. So what makes you think that they're gonna miss you dropping a comment? We gotta stop putting the pressure on ourselves, on making ourselves feel like we're obligated to put comments and drop likes on every video, because that 90% of the time, that obligation, no one cares. They don't care about that. They're not thinking. You can disappear from YouTube. And the true thing is, how many people call and check up on you when you haven't commented on their video? How many people send you a message and say, hey, is everything good? I haven't seen you on my videos lately. Like it doesn't really happen. And as much as we sit right here and say that we like people and we support them, outside of YouTube, we don't know what the hell is going on in their life. Their life could be falling apart. It could literally be falling apart. So to expect people to comment and like and do all this stuff on your videos, it's too high of an expectation to put on people, because we don't know what's going on in their lives. And that's how you got to look at it at yours. Like I legit will stop commenting on people's videos the moment I feel overpressure. Like I will disappear in the shadows like a thief in the night. I will be gone, and I will be perfectly okay with that. You want to know why? Because my mental health is a lot more important than anything else that anyone can provide to me on YouTube.
Yeah.
Plus, I also have severe ADHD, so I don't know. And I know it's all mental, because it's like I take anxiety pills and stuff because I don't know. Like I want somebody to. I just feel like I need to like be that person, and I know I don't have to, and that's why I fight with a lot. And I don't feel like my videos or anything are any good, but then it's like you get people reach out asking questions, like I'm helping somebody, even if it's just one person. I feel like this is what I'm supposed to do because I feel like I want to help and help everybody be successful. And then it's like I know I put too much, like my back's hurting, like for a live or something. One time it took everything for me to sit there. I mean, I was taking 3 times the most pills I should have been just so I could just do that for somebody. But at the end of the day, it's like that. I didn't get nothing for it, which is not why I'm not in it for that. But and it's like they probably would have been okay if I didn't do it and I just sat back. But I lost my partner, my best friend. I haven't been able to have any time to like grieve. And then they sold the damn shop under me. And then it's like I was flipping everything. I was filling the shop up, hardly listing anything because my wife was going to come. It just seems like anytime I'm starting to do good and feeling like okay, this is awesome, I'm growing, and then bam, they sold the damn shop, and it's like I feel like not that big. And then it's like I'm so hurt as it is, but I tried paying people, nobody showed up. So I just put in my head, I'm gonna do it myself. I wouldn't let my wife, wouldn't let anybody help me, just because I felt like I'm the one that fucked this all up. And all I did was try. And I see something on Facebook, and it was like, you live as long as you're trying. It's okay to fail, even though I don't feel like I failed because I don't have nothing and everything. But it's just like we want to remodel our house. We still haven't gotten that all taken care of. So I brought all that shit to the 4-car garage. And as soon as I get it all and lose the shop, we'll get that. And I'm going to have to move everything back out. I mean, it's just how which I'm probably overthinking that too. But I don't know. It's just like I just get so overwhelmed and I can't get it out of my head.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just whatever. I mean, if it gets to a point where it's not fun. And
that's the thing. This is fun right now for me. But
you've got all that other stuff in the background that's taking the fun from you.
Yeah, I need to be like everything shut off and let me just do me in the shop. And that's why I thought, if I just make like 5-6 weeks of videos, then it's not like I'm leaving. But yeah, hopefully by the time it comes back to when that starts, then it's like, damn, he's been out there hustling, he's doing this. I want people to see what I do to help them succeed, make money. If they're not working, don't have a job. But I just can't stand this younger generation right now because I'm not trying to pay $20 cash money for help. Not one single freaking person showed. And it's just like, God, dang, what's wrong with this place? So here recently, Parker's been helping. And I was like, hey, you help me. We'll split everything we get at these garage sales. So he's making money. I'm teaching him how you got to save money. And then he had a big deal on these things. So now he's growing and it's this awesome football starting. So sometimes I feel guilty. Like today, I should have went and got him to help me at the shop because I was supposed to be in bed for the next 3 days. And hell, I'm out there just hustling and dying. So
and dying.
I just feel like
you got to reset, man.
And my birthday's Thursday. And the only thing I want to do on my birthday is hopefully this game tonight, the Suns win. My son loves the Suns. He said he wanted to spend my birthday with me. So I thought, man, that'd be awesome if it goes to Game 7, even if his team wins, because I'm not a Suns fan. And, have pizza and stuff. That's what life to me is. But I'm so afraid I'm not going to have everything done or somebody's going to want to do something. And I'm so keen to get the hell out of that shop because they're still charging me rent and stuff. And it's like, I'm supposed to get 6 months free rent to get out. But as soon as that deed goes to somebody else, that voids that. And I know that. She's acting like it doesn't. And I'm like, oh, yeah, they're knocking these buildings down to put some like medical offices in. I was like, they're not waiting.
No, they're not. They won't.
So, I don't know. It just seems like, I think this is going to go this way, which that's life. I get that. But it's like, dang, Lord, can I get a little bit of help? just let me get set up. So I'm struggling just with the whole life thing right now.
Well, just do like you said. I mean, you've had that conversation with me a few times. Just take that step back. I mean, you still got your business. It's still going to be there. That eBay's still going to be there. But you gotta take time to clear your head. Do that.
And YouTube's still gonna be there. Yeah, YouTube's still gonna be there. YouTube ain't paying no bills right now. You know what I'm saying? So you literally gotta take a step back and compartmentalize the things that's gonna impact your life the most, and start picking away at those first, and then all those other small things that kind of fall in place. But hit that heavy stuff first and get that taken care of, and it's gonna be all right, man. Like, obviously, you talking about it is gonna make it be all right. You're talking yourself through it right now, so that's really it. Just stay up on a positive note. And I know that's hard at times. I trust me, I know. You're gonna make your way through it, bro. Like it really is. It's gonna happen for you.
Yeah, that's why I keep telling Parker's like, man, life's a long ass journey. You just have to keep going. But then it's like, for me, it's like, damn, can I see a hill, like go down for a second? So it's just overwhelming. It's like, with the whole remodeling the house, it's like, I just want to be at peace. I just want nobody to bother me. The YouTube, I just really enjoy it. And like you guys' videos, actually, I don't know. It's like, oh my God, I can't wait to watch his video. It's like, you give something to look forward to, and it's not work. So it's like, I don't want to lose out on that. But that's why I thought, if I just take my 5-6 weeks, I'll make videos. And I was really going to hit like a hard diet back in the gym, and then come back, and people would be like, God dang, you got skinny. So that's why it's like, man, I kind of need to walk away for a minute, but long enough minute to where I can be healed, sort of.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, come back a new man.
You should.
Or a better version.
Jen? How are you, Jen?
Yeah, I was telling Danny earlier, you do you've done some artwork, like you do your logo, you've done Jen's, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was trying to explain that to him a little bit earlier, right before you came in.
Yeah, I did that a long time ago. Before, I don't really. It's time consuming, so I stopped. I stopped even promoting it because there's so many other things that I'm now working on that it just was taking too much of my time. But yeah, Derrick's too. So Derrick's in ATL Flippers. And I think I did Cameron's too. Not the one he has now. I did one for him before. But yeah, I stopped doing it. It's time consuming.
Yeah. Is that something you've done for a while, or did you just kind of fall into it?
I did that for a while, man. Me and I had a cousin of mine that was on Canva. Not Canva. Oh, yeah. That was on what is that site? Fever. It was on that site Fever, and we was doing logos for a long time, like way before it blew up. So I stopped doing it. He continued doing it, and he's still on there, actually.
Okay. Yeah, I've been kind of thinking of retooling mine a little bit. I'm not going to put my face or anything like that on there, but I was just going to redo my logo a little bit.
Well, let me know, man. I have like the homies. The homies, I always got them. You know what I'm saying? Like, but people jumping from the outside. I had so many people in my inbox. I was like, nah, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't.
Take a number.
At least with the homies, I'm like, look, it's going to take me like 2 weeks, bro. Like, I'm just telling you right now. It's going to be like 2 weeks, and I promise I'll get it back to you.
I was like, right after Danny got some stickers and some hats and everything, I started looking into it. Not that I was going to be some big merchandiser guy, but then I was like, well, I kind of want to change the logo up a little bit. I had a guy on Fiverr do it, some guy from Canada, which I think I have him in the credits on my videos where he did it for me. And he did a great job, and I actually had him tweak it a little bit, and Fiverr he was real responsive. It didn't cost much. So
Fiverr is a dope platform. Like I said, I was on that platform a long time before it blew up. Like it's blown up now, but
you can find anything and everything on there.
Yeah, you can find anything and everything. You got to make sure you read the details, and you got to make sure you look at the comments and look at the work that people put out, and you can find
all the little fine print on the charges and everything. Yes. And if you go back and you want to retool something just a little bit, some of them will give you one free do-over or a slight tweak. But if you're going to revamp the whole logo. Like, no.
I think with us, the good thing with us is while we were able to do it for so long, we used to give people unlimited tweaks until we send them that final file. As soon as we send them that final file, we literally deleted out of our system. We're like, look, here it is. We don't have it no more. I'm telling you right now. We closed it out.
Yours. You paid for it.
Yeah, it's yours. If you send it back to me, I can't pull it open and start it over again. I can't start reworking on that one. We already deleted your file, homie.
Right.
Kevin's too. Picking in the Hood did his too.
There you go.
Oh, I love this video. He like, have you ever seen Derrick and Fundamentalz?
Yeah, Kev, man. I love, and the fact I found Kev. I forget how I found Kev, man, but I've been rocking with Kev for a minute now.
Yeah, I seen his thing at the arch, and I'm like, I know he's got to be from St. Louis.
St. Louis.
Derrick, I'd be willing to pay you. I get a lot of people want me to do can you hear me?
Yeah, you're kind of digitizing a little bit.
I was gonna say, like, he went away and this lot went away, and I'm like, oh crap. Everybody keeps asking me about doing like a shirt for Do the Damn Thing.
Yeah.
Man, if you can like make an awesome t-shirt design, dude, I'd pay for it.
And I got you. You just gotta tell me what you want in it, and that's really all I need. Like, what you're looking for. Is there a color scheme? Is there something you gotta have in the background? Is there certain items you gotta have in there? All I need is a few details, and then I can work with that.
I got this Bo Jackson shirt. It just says #Bo knows, and I'm like, how about I just get #Do the Damn Thing? But Parker's like, oh, you need to have something with it, and I'm like, I'm not no art person. I was thinking, it'd be cool to like either on the back have the #Do the Damn Thing, and the front be like YouTube, have the YouTube logo shit, and then pick a resellers. So I mean, whatever you think.
Or we can do like pick resellers in the YouTube font.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Say YouTube, just have it say your name, but in a YouTube font.
Yeah, somebody had a shirt on, and I was like trying to stop and take and screenshot it, but now I done forgot who it was and where it was. They did it.
So, I'm gonna start. What I want to do, is everyone always asks me on our intro for our live shows. We have a countdown, and it's a custom countdown that I threw together really fast. And everyone always asks, "Where did you get the intro from?" I'm like, "Man, I put that together in like 2 seconds." Like, I'm gonna start charging people for it. Someone wants an intro countdown clock, man. Shoot me $10, and I got you one.
Well, see, I like the Sanford and Son. My God, I love Sanford and Son, and so I like having that theme. But I noticed people are putting like, "Hey, I bought $5 worth of gold," and then they play that, and then they go to it. And I figured it out, and I like doing it. But I thought about getting one of them old trucks and have it wrapped of like pick for resellers and just be the old guy driving around town looking for junk.
Or you can have that on your shirt. You can put that on the front of the shirt.
Yeah, just put the truck.
But
your logo on it.
There you go. Have it like
wrapped Sanford and Son truck with your logo on it.
Do your magic.
There you go.
I'm serious. I'll pay you. That'd be awesome because I sure as hell can't design nothing.
Pickwa and Sons.
I'll buy that for $1. Say there'd be there. Oh yeah, put that on the shirt. Because the one I got, I paid like $40, but I own it. So anytime like you said you want a shirt, all I gotta do is make a phone call and say, hey, go ahead and make me a shirt. And then I just got paid $5 for it. So man, I have to have neither I can order their shirt or get my own. And Sarah, she'll go to Goodwill and she'll get all these like green shirts or whatever, dark green or black or white. And it's like, here, this would be good. This would be good. So it's like, man, I'll make a couple to see if anybody's interested. And here recently, like, I've been kind of blowing up locally. Like, people are starting to like know who I am and stuff. So it's like, yeah, you got that YouTube channel. And I'm like, yeah, how'd you know? Oh, I see some little boy in Covington wearing a pickle reseller shirt. And I'm like, hey, you know what? Maybe this will work for,
at least locally.
Yeah, that's a funny thing. When we, me, Dante, and Eric, when we went to Winnemucca, right? We went to a spot and we had our cameras and everything out, and they was like, "You guys aren't from around here," and we're like, "Duh." But they were like, they started asking why we were out there, so we told them why we was out there and everything. And what we did, we all ordered them like right there on the spot. I went on my phone and ordered the person that was asking us questions a shirt, a Fundamentals of Side Hustle shirt. Dante did a Prison of Profit, and then Flippin' Eric did a Flippin' Eric shirt, and we sent it all to the shop. So right now, there's probably somebody or some kids walking around Winnemucca with one of our shirts on.
Wouldn't that freak you out? Like you had a garage sale and you see somebody wearing your shirt, just like. I went to a garage sale. And I really screwed up and wasn't thinking. I had a private pick, and I didn't know it was like their little community garage sale. So I was going, and as I turned on the road, and they're right on the corner. Somebody right here had a garage sale, and I went to the pick. I'm like, why did I do that? Because the pick was just for me. I should have went in there. Of course, as soon as I'm out there, I go there, and then I hear this old guy say, "That guy's famous," and I'm about shit. I'm like, "Oh, get the hell out of here!" And then I looked at something, and I know John likes it, and I went to send a picture, and he's like, "Look, he's looking it up on eBay." And I looked, and I said, "Hey, buddy, I'm not famous, and I'm not looking anything up on eBay. If you know who I am," I was like, "If you know who I am, and I'm that big, you know dang well I don't sit there and scan stuff." But they were giving away, oh man, so much stuff. Like I got, it was a dime, a quarter, and you never see that. But she told me, I said, "You got any games, video games?" And she said, "Well, I had the regular Nintendo in the box, and I probably had 20, 30 games. And then Super Nintendo, I had that, and then I think it was Sega." She's like, "I always keep my boxes," so they were all in there, and they all had 20, 30 games. And I'm just like, God. I said, "What'd you get for it?" She goes, $40. I was just like, holy shit. So like that taught me a lesson, like, pay attention, idiot. Because I could have went there, took it all, and got it. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, we go.
I was gonna say I just see myself go off the screen like.
Yeah, it gets a little digitized every once in a while, but it comes right back around. Derrick, I was going to ask you about the Marvin the Martian thing. Where'd you? That always just been a favorite cartoon, or how'd you come upon the Marvin the Martian logo?
It's kind of been just my favorite cartoon for a long time. I have him tattooed on my leg, actually.
Oh, cool.
It's just been, he's one of those characters on the Bugs Bunny.
Yep.
That just, he had his time to shine. He didn't really have too many roles, but he was just so impactful. I look at him as me in a sense. Like my man ain't trying to take over the world. He just, he just wants his piece of the pie. That's all. That's all he wants.
Let me know when you get your disintegrator ray. I'll take those from you.
Do you collect that Martian besides just wearing shirts and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Well, see, that's what
you found one recently, didn't you? Didn't you find a plush recently?
Yeah, I found a really, really big one.
I actually
one
think
of my options.
There you go.
Damn, that's huge.
Yeah.
Well, you're in California. That's probably more. I've never seen nothing like that here. But I think I got a watch with that character on it. I'll have to check it. So I'll get it to you.
Yeah, let me know. I'll pay you for it. Like I'm a huge Marvin. So if anybody ever see any Marvin and Martian stuff, hit me up. And the funny thing is, a lot of times they do. Patty, who was in here, or is she still in here? She sent me a Marvin and Martian magnet. I want to say Jen. Did she send me something? I know Regina's found something. Like everybody's found something Marvin and Martian and end up sending it to me.
And that's what another part about the community that's awesome is, like, everybody gets to know what you really like, and then it's like, I've even been messaged like, "Hey man, I ran into these 5 ball caps. Are you interested?" And I was like, I said I'm not interested in keeping it because, and it was a long story, but it's like how I like to collect it. And I said, to be honest with you, there's nothing I would keep as my collection, but definitely there's some money in there. So if you don't want to resell it,
right,
and you sell it to me, I'll buy them and resell them, because I don't want people send me something and then I sell it and then they get upset. So, and then like the guy said, "Well, I thought maybe you would want them. I was just going to send them to you, but what are they worth? So I was like, I would put $75 on these two. You know, like I just go ahead. That's your stuff. Make money. But it's awesome that people think about you. But that actually makes your reselling business bigger, especially like you said, you buy it. So I'm going to be out there. And if I start finding a bunch, then I'll be like, hey, can I get your cell phone so I send pictures? Because I hate buying it. And then you feel guilty like you have to buy it.
Yeah.
And that's what I do with John. Like I bought a bunch of video games I didn't want to. And I was like, boom, you have it. And that's why I say, you won't hurt my feelings. I don't care. Are you interested? If so, what this is what I paid. What, you know. And sometimes he don't take it, and then I list it, and I make good money on it. And a lot of times he'll offer me dinner. Really, most time it's like double, because there's always something in there really good, and he knows that I'm not going through picking anything out. And that's where people will understand if you're a true person too, because man, he's going to sell me $55 video games. You know, sell me out of that 50, there wasn't a good one. You know, so. And then when I watch his video and see he sold one for 80 and one for 60, I'm over here like, why did I do that? But right. But he's a buddy of mine, and I like to see him do well.
And if you made money on it, you know, I mean, you bought it for next to nothing, and you sold it for next to nothing, but you still made a little money on it, right?
That's just like the hats. I was really hoping he wouldn't buy them, but I thought I was going to have. I really thought I was going to have back surgery. And my wife has honestly, like I was like, I'd rather sell these to John. I got my wife don't hear me, but I was like, I would rather John sell these because he would respect them. And her, I would get upset because she'd probably take a picture and slam it down. I'm like, what are you doing? It's a hat. Don't disgrace it. So, but then I told him I was like, I gotta have 1,000, and then he's like, deal. And I thought. Then I told him, I said, I should have done 1,060. Then I made $1,000 exactly profit. But, I'm glad that he made money, and then he got sick of them. I've never seen so many hats in my life. And I really told my wife, too, I was like, if those hats sat in here, I probably would never buy another hat. Until you see 1,100 hats,
that's
you ain't seen shit.
That is a lot of hats.
I might have a picture of it somewhere, but John got to the point he was throwing the hats in his van, and I'm not kidding. I mean, it was all over. It was so packed. I was like, you're going to get freaking pulled over looking crazy with all these hats everywhere.
Right.
He took a picture and made his video with it, and it's like, I asked him, I said, man, what did you do with them? He said, I went through so many of them, then I got sick of seeing them, so I put them on somewhere and sold them and got my money back, and then the rest, what he kept was just pure profit. And it's like, he had a lot of them that was going 50, 60, $70. So, but sometimes I think John lists stuff a little too cheap, because I had a Bulls hat and I put it for like $375, and somebody offered me like $250, and I said, John, I said, would you take it? And John's like, take it, man, take it. So I came back and was like, ended up selling for like $300, give or take $20. I can't remember what exact was. And the guy took it and bought it, and I sent that to John. He's like, holy shit. So it's like, I get that he wants to move he likes to move his stuff fast, but it's like when you first list something, I think you should be more, and I've done it, like I'll send back a high offer or, and then nothing. I'm like, I should have just taken the $200. But then, it might take a month, but then I get the full price. So then it's like, okay. But we all want that money. My mentality is, I just did a big buy for $200. I want that $200 back now, like ASAP. I'm freaking out until I get that money back. And then it's like, okay. And that's probably why I got a death pile from hell. I mean, there's nothing bad about anything I got. Everything I got's worth money. I don't.
That's where a lot of beginning resellers fail. They want that immediate return on the investment, and then also, like perfect example, like right now, I just got a international shipping. Someone put in an inquiry. Item hasn't arrived. It's been a month and a half, but it shows the delivery date supposed to be at the end of this month. So obviously they're going to hold your funds, right? It's just All part of the thing. They're gonna hold your funds regardless of how much it is. This happens to be almost $200. They're gonna hold it. There ain't nothing you can do about it. But a lot of new resellers, that's where, yeah, they like, oh shoot. They're like,
I just spent the 200. Now I'm in the negative. Yeah, that really does bother me. That's why I think, honestly, if you can, like I was started at 20 into 10K. Well, this shit, I ain't even been able to buy nothing. So it's like, man, maybe I was thinking about doing a video saying, hey, I'm gonna wait till January and get my shit all together and to do that. But it's like, and see, like, this is my problem. I don't even know what I was talking about. See, this is the mental problem I can't deal with. Like, I really think I got not schizophrenia. I feel like I'm dementia.
No, you just got to go on a different track, and then you
apologize. I totally lost my thought.
Yeah. But no, you just talk about like trying to turn the stuff over quick and.
Well, I like when I did the 20 into started at, I made sure I had that $20 in my account, and I put it in a separate account so I let it grow. This way, whatever I bought, hopefully, like if I had that issue, there'd be something in there. We'll go take out my other account. But like really, when you start this, you really need to have a couple $100 say in there because of stuff like that. Like that whole thing with that coffee thing. It held up everything. I had like $600 in there, and it froze the whole thing over $9.
Yep.
And I could have just refunded it, but I thought I'm gonna make a video, which I did. And I went through the whole thing. Went to eBay management, got no help. It's like, well, that's just how they feel. They didn't break policies. How the hell you not break a policy when you're scamming? They didn't open the box. Make them open the box. So.
That's why it's so key for people when they start selling. Make sure they do their research on items that they're selling and pick up things that flips fast, so you can start building that reputation with eBay or whatever platform that you're on. There's been situations where where I've just gotten a payout and I've gotten a huge return, and I'm like, my account was negative like $300 or something, and eBay will still let me continue to print labels and things like that. Whereas if it's a newer account or someone who's not as vetted, they'll shut their whole stuff. Shut their whole stuff down.
I've had friends do that. Like, God dang it, because like that's another thing with the whole turning 20 into that. It's like, as soon as I sold something and got the money, my intent was to go out and blow it. But you really can't do that in case like that. You get hold of like, well, now I'm in the backwards here. It's like, I'm not supposed to go that route.
Hey, give me 1 second, fellas. Give me 1 second.
Absolutely.
Kevin Picking the Hood too said he had to give $303.
$333 back. Yeah. That sucks. I think the most I've given back was 89 or something like that.
Well, I had one that it was a sewing machine sold for like over $300. As soon as they got it, it was like 50 days later, they wanted to return it. eBay they accepted it and let them keep it and took all the money out of my account. And I'm like, what the? Oh, I was pissed.
Yeah.
I tell you what, if there would have been an eBay business here, that I would have went to jail. I mean, I just cannot stand it. And then I'll message the people like, well, hopefully you're going to be an honest person and send me my thing back. You think you heard it? I heard crickets. I hate that.
What I don't like is that you can't. I mean, I haven't had a huge issue lately, but it's a lot harder to get a hold of somebody from eBay, where you used to be able to either pick up the phone or send a request for them to call you. Now it's like you can't talk to anybody, and even if you do get through to somebody, they're going to side with the buyer anyway.
Right.
And I've gotten so lucky lately with reaching out to eBay. Right now I'm at about a 70% win rate. I'll take that, considering before. I think it's gotten a lot better than what it used to be, because before you stood no shot in hell to get anything ruled in your way. I think now if you follow all the due processes and you reach out, a lot of times I found that they've really helped me out. So I used to talk reckless about eBay and their customer service. They've helped me out a lot lately. So I'm going to pull back on the reins a little bit.
Like I told them when we was discussing this issue, and I sent a deck of 50-year-old cards and they ended up being hard. I'm like, you need to figure this shit out. Like, there's no reason for them to leave me negative and file this and do that and that when they couldn't even contact me. Like, are you freaking like? I was like, you need a 3-step. They need to contact the buyer, seller, try to work it out. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it won't. Like, if she had done that to me, ma'am, I'm so sorry. Send me your full refund. No question asked. How the hell was I supposed to know? But then when she gives me a feedback because I sent her some crap stuff, and then the other one, because I sold her 2 decks, the other one, the box was broke. And they said, well, we can't do that because they didn't break policy. I said, what are you meaning? I said, you supposedly looked at my eBay. If you looked at my last 3 pictures, it shows the condition of the box. How does that reward her following policy? She lacked common sense to look. And that's the thing. eBay is going to have to do something because there's too many of these, Macari, Poshmark, Bebop, Hoop, whatever. There's just too many of them now. So it's like, one day it's really going to hurt their pockets for not helping us.
I'm the king of canceling. I cancel everything. Like if it's something going overseas and it's somebody that had one feedback and it's an expensive item, I'll cancel it. Like I've had, huh?
You ever get dinged or negatives for doing it? Because I've heard people get negative, but I thought when you cancel and give them their money, they can't leave you feedback.
No, I put something wrong with the customer's address. That's what
that's what I did. That's like since we moved, I sold some. We're out there looking. Guy messages, "Hey, did you ever ship that?" And I'm thinking, really? Yes, just yesterday. So we couldn't find it. So I messaged. I said, "Hey, I'm sorry. We were actually, as you said that, we was looking for this item. I can't find it. I'm sending your money back, and if I find it, I'll message you and give it. Mail to you free. It wasn't nothing expensive, and it's my fault. So I would do that to keep my customers happy and coming back. So I just sent it back. Said something wrong with the shipping. Because I know if you put it out of order or broke, then you get dinged.
Did you guys know there is a site? I just found this out today by seeing somebody's post. There's a site that you can put your store name in, and it tells you where you kind of rank on eBay.
Really?
Like overall ranking?
Oh.
Yeah. I'll tell you what site it is. Give me 1 second here. Let me see.
I don't know if they got enough zeros to put by mine.
Let's see. It is called my ranking, my eBay. Hold on. I'll look it up. I'm going to look it up here. Because I saw it. I was like, that's interesting. I never knew there was a site.
Where you rank at?
I don't even remember.
It's that big, huh?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know how accurate it is. It's called topratedseller.com.
Topratedseller.com.
Yeah, for everybody in the chat too. Topratedseller.com. And you put your store name in there or your name, and it's funny. It just kind of tells you. Now, I don't know if it works if you're not a top seller. If you're not a top seller, you need to focus more on your eBay and then go to that site.
I'm over 100,000. It says 100,000 plus.
Yeah, see, there we go. It's crazy, right? Like, and then it has your actual store. Like, if you go, you can go. It has all your store stuff. But check that out, guys.
Oh yeah, you can click on it and it takes you right over to it. There you go.
Yeah.
You say top rated? Is that 2 T's in there?
Top rated. No, RATED.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Seller.com all together.
Oh, seller. I'm like, this come up to some almost porn stuff.
Yeah, you probably went to a porn site. I don't know. Where are you going?
Yes to it. Yeah.
I was like, I don't think this is what I'm looking for. Search for a seller. Damn, I'm number 1.
Right.
Now, I don't even see. I about forgot who the heck.
Now I'm interested to see. Hold on, let me see.
What was yours?
Mine just said 100,000 plus, so they probably stop at 100,000 because there's millions of eBay sellers, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Mine says the same thing, but it says 30-day reviews 20, lifetime reviews 1,020, location United States.
Yeah, I don't think it's up to date. I don't know what day they refresh the numbers, but looking at mine, my numbers are kind of outdated.
But that's cool. You click, like if I looked your eBay name up, it actually shows you can click on it. You can see what you got. That's
I am 72,000.
Wow.
How many things you got on eBay?
I have 1,680 now.
Here, I don't know if you'll agree or disagree since you got that many. But I can't tell you. I was on eBay Addicts. Not to like say anything, but he was like, my goal is to get to 10,000 listings. He's like, what's your goals? I said to have 50. He says, what do you mean? I said, I want the shit gone. How do you think? I mean, do you do that? Like, man, I want to list and get to 1,000. I want to get to 2,000.
No, I don't have a number. I think a lot of it is based off of what you sell. I sell a lot of collectibles. So obviously collectibles, you have to find the right buyer. The right buyer has to be looking for that item. So your stuff is going to sit in your store a little bit longer than most. So you'll have your collectible stuff. And that's a good thing about having a versatile store. You have a little of this, the fast flippers, or as people call them, the bread and butters. I hate that term. But you got your normal stuff that you turn, and then you have your collectible stuff that someone has to be, that one particular person got to be looking for it to sell. And mosh pit of that, and I'm at 1,600. I don't have a number. I truly don't. Yeah, I feel like if I feel like it's going to sell, then it's going to go in my store.
Now, so you're like me. You're basically looking for anything and everything. Because see, that's how I feel. I feel like if all I did was clothing, that's only traffic I'm getting. But like I just came into this deal and got like 25, 27 car bangs. Well, I don't want to list just them because the only people that are going to be there is that. So it's like I would rather list 5 of them, list 5 baseball cards, 5 of this, 5 of that. You know what I mean? So you got all kind of different people looking instead of just people looking for one thing. But I mean, I do want to do all on, but you know what I mean? Like,
I think with smaller stores, that makes sense. Because I have so many items in my store, it really wouldn't matter. I can drop 100 model cars that I'm working on right now. I can drop 100 in there, and it's still not going to affect anything. I don't care. Why don't you like that? The bread and butter.
Bread and butter.
Because it can mean so many different things. Everyone says bread and butter. Like what's really bread and butter? Because if
I think of bread and butter, in my opinion, is when you take like a food processor and you gut it. That's just bread and butter. Because you know what I mean? Like,
well, that's for you though, because I don't deal in food processors. So what would my bread and butter be?
I'm just saying, to me, that or like board games, you take pieces and part it. Like the win and out, part it out. I think to me that's bread and butter stuff. But I ain't got time to be parting shit. I need to sell 3 or 4 of them at a time just to get some room in there.
But you get the point though, right? Like the bread and butter, like it's different for every person. So when someone says, "Oh, my bread," the bread and butter items. Okay, well, what bread and butter are? I don't know what your bread and butter items are. Yours is different from mine. I don't know what bread and butter. What does that mean in your aspect? What does that particularly mean?
Right. Let's go past subject. Now I want some bread and butter. See, that's right.
Now I'm hungry. Thank you so much.
Jeez, now I want some sausage, taters, green beans, and collard greens. Woo! Baby, get the grill on.
Tell her, hey, tell her, gonna freeze dry me a plate. Gonna send that joint right on over here. I'll slide you my address.
You watch next week. I'll be like, keep talking about that bread and butter shit. I'll have me some beans and ham hock next week. Oh, you better stop talking about it. I'm hungry.
Cameron did that. I blame Cameron for it because he started asking a question. Now you got everybody hungry, man. Look, see, look.
Yeah, he had an ulterior motive.
Yeah, he did. He knew exactly what he was doing.
Well, hey, Derrick, I know it's kind of probably getting around dinner time for you anyway. I know you have your normal Wednesday show coming up, or what else you got coming up?
We got our Humday Hangout tomorrow. Regina's on vacation, so we got a special guest host that's going to be there with me tomorrow. So that should be exciting. We got a great guest tomorrow. We're bringing, most of the time we don't bring people back. There's so many people out here. We like to keep it fresh, but we're bringing one of the young ladies back because her internet was so trash when we interviewed her the first time that we had to do her right and bring her back. Fingers crossed that it works right this time. But we got her and her sister, they're twins. So we're bringing them. Cool. We're bringing them back. That should be fun. And besides that, nope. That's about it. Oh, I think I got No Cap. Is that this week? I think No Cap is this week. With that's on Lewis's channel, Lewis Moore III, with Topher, myself, Topher, Lewis Moore III, and then also Dante, Prisoner Prophet. Okay. No Cap. That's on Thursday, I think.
Thursday.
Yeah.
What time?
You just pretty much reserve your weekends for. I mean, do you ever have any plans for weekends other than maybe going hitting garage sales, or do you?
Yeah, weekend is my family, man. That's my family day. You won't see me much on YouTube on the weekend. This weekend, Friday, we're going up to Tahoe, so we're gonna spend a weekend in Tahoe.
That doesn't suck.
Go over there to an overly priced Airbnb and go drink some overly priced wine and let the kids go play on the coast of the water.
That is a beautiful part of the country, though. I've been across 80 many times through there. In the winter, it's not so fun to drive.
No, it's not. Stay away from it in the winter.
No, tried doing it with an 80,000-pound tractor trailer.
Oh my God, bro!
I'm still trying.
No,
it sucks. There was several times where we see trucks hanging over like one of the guardrails. They shut the freeway down for 2 hours. You're sitting out there for no reason other than that. Obviously it's a reason. Or you got to wait for the salt truck to come and slide in behind the salt truck. So
yeah,
well, that's cool. Yeah, that's I've noticed that with a lot of resellers that are a little bit more full time, where they kind of reserve their weekends for family or for taking care of personal business and stuff like that, and kind of keep it a Monday Friday job.
Yeah, my schedule is real set. Like I'm a firm believer in having a set schedule. That way you can kind of plan your things out.
Right.
Like Wednesdays and Thursdays are my sourcing days. That's where I go out and I source. Like that's where I do my thrift stores. I do those on my Wednesdays and Thursdays. I pick up my winnings from auctions on those days, and then sometimes I go to garage sales on the weekend. Sometimes, and it's not often. I don't go to too many garage sales, honestly. I don't need to.
I know, like from watching Matt, part-time picker at Eco Thrift, that just seems to be a gold mine, and you seem to do quite well there as well.
Yeah,
is that pretty much your favorite thrift store?
Yeah, I'm not a thrift store. I hate thrift stores, and I went to Eco Thrift one time, and this one is so massive and clean. It's clean. My thing is the cleanliness. When you go into a Goodwill, it's so dirty. Yeah. I came from retail, so I'm a stickler for having things clean and where they belong. This Eco Thrift is really well versed in having things where they belong, and it's clean. They have way too many employees, which is the greatest thing in the world, which means things are getting done. So that's why I like Eco Thrift. I can go in and get out without too much of a hassle.
Yeah, anytime I've seen any video from that, whether it's Matt or I've seen a few other resellers that have an Eco Thrift in their area, I'm just super jealous. I mean, there's an independent one here, not an Eco Thrift, but an independent thrift store. That's probably the cleanest out of the ones in our area. But yeah, if you go to Goodwill or Salvation Army, I mean, it's just like somebody came through there with a tornado and just started throwing shit everywhere. Here, you find it.
All right, that's exactly what I watch the employees at Goodwills, man. Have you ever just take a second and just take a step back and enjoy the process of them not doing their damn job? Just take a step back and watch that.
Yeah.
On how much they hate their life. Just look at these employees at these Goodwills, and they just throw the shit on the shelves, man. It is hilarious. It's hilarious. Like it's comical. Yeah, it's comical. They don't attempt to make a spot or anything. It could be a pile of dog doo-doo on the shelf, and they would throw something right on top of it. That's how they do it.
Yeah. And ours is I went 2 weeks ago, and that's the first time in 6 months that I've been. They have gotten a little better. They've got a little bit more organized, and there's still some of the same employees there, and it's the same floor manager and everything. They will not open a second register to save their life.
No, they
They'll
won't.
let that line get 15, 20 people long.
The
girl behind the counter don't know how to run. She can't process a debit card, or
you got to call the manager, and you go like,
don't know how to make change.
Yeah, the girl just started 2 days ago. The manager's in the back, and then the manager's mad because the girl called them up front, like it's causing a problem. Now, I mean, that's your job as a manager to go solve problems, but now they're upset, and then they come.
We're all giving him a death stare for not opening another register.
Yeah, and it's comical. Like, it's legit comical. When you go into thrift store, you got to mentally prepare yourself for the most outlandish stuff in the world. Like, if you don't mentally prepare yourself, you're setting yourself up for failure.
Very true. Very true.
I wanted to buy this camera, and it was in the box. And I swear, it's like they just wrapped this sucker in tape. So I said, "Can I see if it's in there?" No. She's like, "No, it's in there, and we bought stuff so it don't get stolen." I'm like, "Well, what if I open this up and there's a pair of shoes and I bring it back?" Well, because we do this and this, and I'm just like, "There's no freaking way, dude."
Yeah, Jen got it.
They don't like me using camera. And I think taking another YouTuber wants to like interview me or whatnot. And I said, "I'll take you over there." So I'm just, it's like, man, I think I'm just going to let him take his camera. Because every time I do, man, it's just all over my ass. Like, get that camera. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take mine in with him and let him get yelled at. And I'm just going to sit back and just record him getting yelled at.
I got a story. I know we're about to get off. I'm going to end y'all with this story. And
that's fine.
It's a story that I don't think I've told it. So I think Regina knows. So 2 months ago, I decided, and something told me not to go. My daughter had a dentist appointment, right? And on the way to the dentist appointment, there's a Goodwill right there. I passed a Goodwill. It's a smaller Goodwill. And I was like, let's try to kill two birds with one stone. I'm gonna go into this Goodwill. So I go. Like, I tell you one thing about my kid. I'm overly I'm overly protective about my kids. Don't look at them. Don't talk to them. Don't stand by them. That's how I am with my kids. Because there's a bunch of weirdos in the world, and I feel like if you let your guard down at one point, something happens. So I keep my guard up at all times with my kids.
Yep.
So I'm in the Goodwill. We're walking around. My daughter has my phone. She's playing a little game. My daughter knows how I am. They had a yellow cart out on the floor, and it had these ping golf clubs in it, like some ping zine 2s. There was a whole set. I was like, oh, snap. Gold mine, I'm winning, right? I was like, I came in here for a reason. This is the reason. Something told me to come. The reseller guys opened up and said, yo, come get these golf clubs. So I'm standing the cart. This is, mid-pandemic, mask, right? Everybody, you got to have your 6 feet apart. The cart is sitting on the end. No one around in sight. I'm digging in. I'm looking at each one, sitting to the side. I get like four golf clubs in. There's about 6 more to go through. Somewhere, this older guy comes out of nowhere. Boom. Pulls up to the yellow cart. I'm looking at him. He looking at me. In my head, I'm like, bruh, you about 2 feet from me. I need you to back the hell up. Right? There's you got to have the space. So I tell him, I'm like, hey, give me a second. I'll be done in this cart in a second. I need my 6 feet. Now, all the while, my daughter's looking. In her head, she's like, oh, shit. Here we go. Right? My daughter knows how I am. Preface that. I look at her. She looking at me. I'm looking at him. Like, it's a whole little standoff thing. I tell my daughter, I'm like, sweetie, I need you to go down there to the end of this aisle and go look at those toys real fast. So she walked down to the aisle. I turn to the guy and I cuss him out. I'm like, yo, back the F up. 6 feet. We're in the middle of a pandemic. I'm in this cart. Let me do my thing. and then you can dig in the cart if you want. He was like, is this cart yours? I was like, does it effing matter if it's mine or not? I said, you see me standing here. I asked you nicely. I'm not going to ask you again. The guy proceeds to reach in the cart and grab the golf clubs that I had my hand on. I don't know what happened. Somehow this guy ended up on the shelf. My daughter's looking. She could care less. She's over there on the phone playing with toys. He starts screaming like the world is ending. The manager comes around. He's like, call the police. Call the police. He's an Indian guy. I feel like my wife's Indian. He's an older Indian guy. I'm laughing at this point. I'm like, I told you not to be in my zone. And now you yanked something from me. I felt like I was under attack, so I had to defend myself. Yeah. I told the manager that as well. And the manager was like, what happened, sir? I was like, I'll tell you what happened. I explained everything to her. She was like, sir, did you grab the golf club out of his hand? He's like, it is not his. It is not his. I was like, it don't effing matter if it's mine or not. I need you to back away from it. I'm like, and it's against the law. You're 6 feet too close to me. You're about 2 feet from me. Call the police. I want to file a report on you for being against COVID protocols. So anyhow, the lady told her, sir, I need you to go to the other end of the store. I need you to stay away from him. When he's done, then you can come look in the cart. I grab the items. I go up to the cart, to the register to ring out. My daughter's over there. My daughter's like, what's wrong with him? I was like, I don't know, but he looked like he wanted his ass whooped. We up at the register, and the guy comes up to the register. Oh, he's wow. Like, he tells the cashier to call the police. And the cashier looking at him like, bro, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm about to check the dude out and let him go outside. So I'm walking outside. The dude he's following behind me. He's an older Indian guy. I'm trying to give him respect. He's following behind me. I'm laughing. At this point, we're outside. I said, look, I don't do threats. I'm not a threat person. I'm more action. I said, I'll tell you what, if you keep following me, something bad going to happen to you. I'm just giving you that fair warning. This is a warning. It's not a threat. It's a warning. So he stops at the door. Thank God. And I go get in my truck and we leave. And that's the story. The story of old man getting tossed into a shelf for no reason because he don't respect people's space.
Yeah, I was the same way with my oldest. Well, my daughters, but my oldest, we went to a Dollar General or something, and we got in line. This lady hardly had anything. I said, man, go ahead. She says, I'm in no hurry. So I said, okay. Well, this big dude, two of them come in, and one was like putting his hands on her hair, and I was like, oh, what are you doing, man? Do I know you? No.
Oh, your wife's hair?
My daughter.
Your
daughter's
like, hair? Oh, no.
Yeah, so I said, you need to quit touching my daughter because I'm about to up you up. I was like, I'm serious. So he gets away. Well, then they started yelling at me because I wouldn't let their girlfriend or wife go ahead of them. So she's like, I told him. I looked at him. I was like, dude, knock up. You know, like, I mean, he was irate. So then the cashier was like, hey, can you calm down? And then he started threatening them. And I said, this lady was in front of us, but she was leaving. And I said, ma'am? She says, yeah. I said, will you watch my daughter on the other side of this, but make sure you're away from that door. And that guy goes, well, what the fuck you gonna do? I said, I'm throwing your ass out this door. And he said something. I said, bet. So as soon as they left, because I try not to cuss and be violent with the daughters, and I don't want to see that as a part of me.
Yeah.
Man, he said one more thing. I hit him, threw him out the door, and just went back. And that lady said, the cashier said, I've never seen in my life somebody just do what they said and come back and pay like it's nothing going on. And it's like, well, he's not going to come back in, you know. But it sucks that you have to actually do shit like that because
it is. It's sad.
You know, the thing that really got me mad wasn't the way he treated that other lady and the cashier, but who the hell are you to touch my kid?
Right.
I thought I was really creeped out about that. I was like, damn, I'm gonna go to jail. And I raised my daughters alone, so I was like, I was really trying not to react but I had to react. So when he did that shit to them and stuff, I just thought in my mind, like, well, you know, if the cops come, they're all going to be on my side. So
Right.
then I thought the odds were okay. But yeah, it's crazy that people do that. That's why I won't go to those bends. I always hear how everybody pushes each other.
Same here.
No, there's no way.
Same here. I try to I try to keep myself away from situations like that. You know.
Yeah, me too. I've never even been to one, and I don't even have no desire to.
All right.
All right, guys.
Well, thank you, Keith. Thank you. Yes.
Yep. Appreciate it, man.
I appreciate you guys, man. Thanks for having me on. It was fun.
Same. We especially enjoyed the story at the end. I thought you were going to say you put the ping eye emblem on his face or something.
No. You know, I always think about the level of activity that you put out before it happens. You know,
you see it happen before it happens, and should you follow through with it? No.
Yeah.
That's actually, and my theory is that's what makes you a smart fighter, is because you're already thinking in your head before it. Some of these people, they just go force, and it's like you didn't even think about this or that. So
yeah,
that's how. Like I went to the police academy, and when I was in there, it's like, man, you know, it's like you always got to be a step or two ahead. Always think the worst is coming, and which really keeps the aggression, you know, more, instead of you hit them once, think it's enough, you stop. Well, then here they throw something, bust over your head.
Right.
You know, you're going to make sure that your target's down and there's no coming back.
Yeah.
Well, Danny, I hope you figure everything out, brother, and Keith. Once again, thank you for having me on the show.
Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it, man. You have a good evening.
Check out y'all show tomorrow, and we'll see each other in each other's chats here and there, I'm sure.
Yes, sir.
Can't wait for you to wear that wig again. That's hilarious.
Everybody have a good night.
All right, y'all.
Thanks for joining, everybody.
Have a good night. Peace.